Welcome back to Frontline Eurosports Online. Your host Nate Jennings has an awesome 2017 delivery for us, and our Captain Anonymous. Woo! Congratulations! You excited about your new motorcycle?
I'm ripped.
Awesome. So we're going to start doing a delivery process with this new 2017 BMW F800GS. We always start at the front and let our customers know the tire safety warning. Ride your tires like you're riding the race for the first 50 to 100 miles, as they have a silicone coating on to help pop out the mold and preserve shelf life, as well as you're acclimating to a new motorcycle. The F800GS in 2017, like the predecessor models, had the 21-inch spoke rim assembly with twin disc braking system with your floating calipers and rotors. We have steel braided brake lines, and on the left side of your motorcycle, you're having an additional wire lead that comes down to your rotor. That's going to be your speed sensor pickup. That speed sensor pickup is going to be working your ABS and traction control for you. We have our WP hydraulic inverted fork leg system. So our hydraulic dampening system right here, that is going to allow for our beautiful plush suspension. We have a hydraulic property to this, so that means that we need the condensation will happen. We need to pull the condensation out by servicing these fork legs per our owner's manual. Our front braking system, from the steel braided brake lines up to the master cylinder, also being a hydraulic property, needs to be serviced per our owner's manual. This is a water-cooled parallel twin that is fuel injected and chain driven. So we're obviously having our radiator up front. That's going to have an additional cooling fan in the back that you'll feel kick on when you exceed temperatures of around 220 degrees, so that it will pull air through your radiator to keep this engine nice and cool for us. The parallel twin is going to be an easy to service motor for you with a one-piece engine and transmission. As we move back, we can see our counter shaft sprocket cover right here. That is for our chain drive assembly. Right now it's heavily lubricated in this white lithium grease to help it transport from overseas from Germany to us here in America. Our pilot's pegs have a removable peg insert that we can pull out for more bite, and also you can see the distance that you're going to increase for a foot to seat ratio, giving you a little bit more leg room. To reinstall them, you just push them down, pull your over nipples on the bottom, and she is assembled back on your collapsible peg. Brake pedal with enlarged teeth for better grasp there. We have a heel guard concealing our brake master cylinder with a form line going up to our ABS module, as we have an ABS equipped motorcycle, as we previously mentioned. Our overflow container gives us fluid level and fluid clarity. Our rear suspension, you have a premium model, so it does have electronic suspension adjustment. That is going to do our damping values. Our preload is manually adjustable with this knob on the right side, located right under your buttocks on the seat. We have a detachable subframe, which was one of the features you did like in comparison to some other competitive models to the F800GS. In our sub-fuel tank, we have a conventional airplane fuel filler that allows us to fuel this machine full of petrol and keep that weight nice and low, giving us a lower center of gravity and another advantage over the competition. We have our chain guard, chain assembly. We need to maintain our chain and lubricate our chain, and I call it my 8-pound snake. That 8-pound snake can bite you in the back of the leg, bust your engine case open, or shoot off and hit your friend. So let's do a maintenance every 500 miles or every 2 tanks of gas or so. The rear tire assembly, we're going to have, being a tubed assembly, a straight valve stem with a metal stem on it. We're going to have a 36 in the front, 42 in the rear tire pressure for this bad boy. We're going to come back up to our beautiful rear end of the motorcycle that exposes our LED tail lamp, our clear turn signals for aesthetic beauty with amber turn signal bulbs to keep us 50-state compliant. Our license plate will be illuminated to keep us compliant as well. The new 2017 canister for the exhaust is going to have a more conical shape to the end of the cylindrical muffler. We are going to have a pannier preparation kit on the machine already, so we can get the BMW luggage and pop that right on there and have quick release for that extra accessory as well. Right now we're sitting on the center stand. The center stand doesn't have any safety switches or anything, but I'm sorry your bike's got dirt on, but we just did the demo ride on this bike, so we hit a little rain patch earlier before we got the bike back in. Our side stand will have a side stand safety switch. The side stand safety switch will kill this motorcycle if you kick it into first or second gear with the side stand down, which you don't want to have that experience of taking a left turn, the side stand down. We have a 6-speed transmission with this parallel twin. It is going to be a 1 down and 5 up. Our clutch actuation rod here at the top, where the adjuster is right above that. That's going to be for major adjustments, more along the line for us, with simple, quick adjustments at the perch assembly at the top. In the front of the motor, we're going to see our starter assembly, our oil recirculation, and oil filter, with an oil drain down below. That concludes most of the hard parts of the motorcycle. Next, we're going to get actually into the cockpit and look at our controls. Did you want to mount the machine, or do you want me to just display it from a distance? All right, so we'll continue where the camera can get good visibility. This premium model has the hand guards that we can get extensions above and below those hand guards to give us even more protection. We have our new, for 2017, ride-by-wire twist grip assembly. We have factory heated grips, we have mode selection, and I'll show you these in the instrumentation once we actually get the bike turned on. Our run cycle switch, that is also our start button. There's a clutch safety switch, but it is not mandatory on a BMW to pull the clutch in to start it. We just recommend that for safety purposes. On our left handlebar control, we have a conventional horn, conventional turn signal and cancellation buttons, a little different high beam as we have a trigger switch. We push it forward for constant high beam, and we can intermittently flash it with quick burst back. Hazard lights, info button, which is our board computer I'll get into here in a second, and our electronic suspension, and switchable ABS and switchable traction control. Now, turning our instrumentation on, which our lock cylinder is right next to our European accessory socket. We're going to have a tachometer, speedometer, some of our little dummy lights, and our new display, which they switched around the fuel and temperature and added the gear indicator down on the left hand side at the bottom. Fuel, obviously, on the right hand side. We're going to have our temperature, ambient air temperature, average speed, average fuel economy, instantaneous fuel economy, and back to our engine temperature. Above that is our odometer, which also is our chronometer, and our trip 1, trip 2, and odometer. Timepiece at the top. The two lights flashing on the far left side of this are going to be your ABS and your traction control. Those lights will go away once we've circled the tires around enough times to let the system say, yes, I am functional and operational and I will keep you safe. If it is on, that means you either made the conscious decision to turn off the ABS or traction control, or that it is a fault light that you need to have the dealer assess what's going on. So now that we have visibility of the instrumentation, let's play with 1 second burst, 1001. I've just turned my traction control off with the left handlebar control button, which is this button right here. Again, if we back up, we'll look and see how we turn that back on. If we did a longer hold of that button, I can cycle through turning my traction control off to my ABS off and traction control on. Now I have traction control and ABS off. And it's just a preference of cycling through until you get what you want on the display. So we're going to leave ABS off, traction control on just for demonstration purposes, and get into our electronic suspension adjustment. One tap of this button will bring on our display showing our comfort. Another tap, normal. Another, sport. Those are our damping values that we can change on the fly on this motorcycle with the ESA button on the left handlebar control. Other things that are adjustable on this machine is our levers. Our brake and our clutch levers have adjustable knobs to make them perfect for our size of hands. And that really concludes the breakdown of the 2017 BMW F800GS in this beautiful black with an accessory black screen that we've already added to completely black this motorcycle out for you. Do you have any other questions for us today?
No, when can I ride it?
You can ride it. Hold on, we had stuff from yesterday. It looks like we're lucky enough to have our BMW representative code for it.
My name's Eric with BMW North America. I gotta tell you from personal experience, you're on a great motorcycle here. I'm sure you're gonna have many, many miles of exciting adventurous ride. So, on behalf of BMW, thank you so much for further. And I'm sure it's gonna be perfect for many, many people.
Thanks, Eric. And for all you YouTubers, everybody's saying, give me the keys. Just give him the keys. He did ask for the keys this time, so that's what we're going to do. Congratulations. Have a good day and take a nice ride.